Hi, my name is Khin.
Hi, my name is Ben Ganrayan.
I'm Yuan.
I'm Yaping.
I'm Danny Chen.
Today we would like to discuss about the case study 5, which is price ceiling of low cost homes. For the first question, why did the government propose a minimum price for all low cost homes? My first answer is to ensure that people have one of the basic necessities. And my second answer is to protect the interests of consumers by preventing the producers from charging prices that are unaffordable by low-income consumers. For the first explanation is some of the low-income families didn't have the money or power to own a house. That's why the government proposed a minimum price for all low-cost homes to ensure that the low-income families could afford a house. For my second explanation is some of the producers could charging higher prices for low-income families to afford a house. That's why the government plays an important role to protect the interests of low-income families to prevent the producers from easily charging the prices of the house to the low income consumers. Well, that's done for me today. Let's move on to the second question.
For the second question, it is explained to the what will happen to the market price and the quantity when government setting the price ceiling. Before my start explanation to this question, let me introduce what is price ceiling first. Price ceiling is the maximum legal price that a seller may charge for a product or service, and it is set below the equivalent price. For this question, we use the graph of a demand curve. It is because the demand curve is the graph of the relationship between the price of goods and the quantity demanded. So based on the graph, we can notice that the expansion in demand is shown by downward movement from point A to point B, and quantity demanded is reversed from Q0 to Q1 due to the fall in market price from P0 to P1. It is because, due to the appearance of the low-cost house in competitive market, the developers forced to reduce the selling price of the house to attract more consumers to buy the house, which it will affect the market price decrease from P0 to P1, and at the same time, the quantity demanded of the house will increase from Q0 to Q1. So that's all for my question 2.
For question 3 is talked about besides imposing a maximum price, explain two other measures that can be taken by government to discourage price of house increases. In this question, the measure that can be taken by government to discourage the price of house increase. First, the measure can be taken by the government is increase the buffer stock. Buffer stock is an amount of physical stock which the government maintains and keeps the price of the house against demand variation. One of the benefits is increasing buffer stock of low-cost home is used to prevent excess price for consumers and reduce the situation of inflation. The second measure to discourage the price of house increase is direct price setting. Direct price setting in which government plays an important role in deciding the price of the house in the economy. This measure could ensure that people from low income group able to have the basic necessities, and it won't assist the problem that producer from charging the price that are affordable by low income consumer. That's all for my question 3.
Um, there is question 4. A study by the Housing Ministry has shown that in 2019, price of low-cost house will be increased. Using a diagram, let me explain the impact of this factor. Well, before I start the question, I will explain the diagram first. A price floor is a government regulation that places a lower limit on the price at which a particular good, service, or factor of production may be traded. Second, price floor will appear when the market price is too low. But the main government do the price floor is protect the interest of suppliers. Besides that, the original market equilibrium at the intersection of demand curve DO and the supply curve SO is EO. The equilibrium price is PO. The equilibrium quantity is Q2. Government setting price floor at PM. At the minimum price PM, they will have a surplus as much QD QS. That is because quantity supply is more than quantity demand. When there is a surplus, the price will flow to PO. The government need to maintain that price at PM. Government need to take some action with buy the surplus of the supply or keep export the item. Besides that, government had to incur expenses for the purchase of such goods which QD, AB, QS. Okay, back to this question. Impact of this question. Impact of these factors. Firstly, the burden for the lower income consumer will increase. They can't afford purchase the low cost house when the price is getting higher. Besides that, we are talking about supplier. They can produce more low cost house. Okay, this is my answer for the impact of this factor.
So for impact on the low-cost house market, when the price of low-cost house increase, it also brings impact to the low-cost house market. It is because the developers could get higher profit from selling low-cost house, and this increase will make more private developers joining into low-cost house. Because of the price increase of the low-cost house, the more prices increase for the low-cost house, the more profit they will get from selling low-cost house. But if consumers could not afford to buy the low-cost house because of the price increase, the developers would not get any profit from selling it. So this is the end for our study case. Thanks for listening.